What's up, guys? It's your boy FastLaneD, and today we're going over the infamous sport bike versus cruiser debate. So this will be a two-part video. In the first part, we'll go over why I think sport bikes are better, and in the second part, I'm gonna go over why I think cruisers are better. Now, I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer for this debate. I think it just depends on what you're using it for, what you prefer, what you're more comfortable sitting on. But let's go ahead and check out the bikes. As you guys know, we have both the Yamaha R1 and we have the beloved Harley Davidson V-Rod Muscle. So kind of the best of both worlds here. So let's take out let's do the R1 today. There she goes. Oh my God, y'all have no idea. My neighbors freaking hate me. We'll start off with the first thing. Woo! Let's go! Oh, we're gonna go around these clowns. Yeah. So starting off with that first one, is this bike is just a straight up adrenaline rush. There's no other feeling like it. If you want to ride something that's fast, like stupidly fast for the amount of money you pay for it, and can beat pretty much anything on the road, even exotic sports cars that people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for, you need to be on this bike. I take this bike out if I know I want to be stupid and have some fun. That's when the R1 comes out, because the amount of fun you can have on this bike is insane. Now obviously a lot of it will come down to just how much balls you have and how stupid you want to be and how many risks you're willing to take. And obviously as you ride more, that line kind of it starts to get defined a lot more, and you start taking a lot more, I'd say, calculated risk versus just being reckless. No one has the self-control to ride these things on the street responsibly at all. Like, don't even try and pretend like you do, because none of us do. We're all kids when we get on these. Second thing about these bikes is they're just sexy. Like, there's something about the way they make these race bikes look that's just, oh my God, with the fairings and the sharp angles and just everything about a full fairing bike is just gorgeous. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. You're gonna turn heads if you're on a nice sport bike, 100%. Like, you can't deny the looks of these bikes. And you guys obviously know I'm partial to the R1. I freaking love this bike. This will always be a staple in the collection. But the fairings can be a pain in the ass. Like, straight up, trying to do any work on the bike, just keeping all the screws together and organized, taking them off can be a pain. Second thing is that you can do track days on these things. Oh, let's open her up. All right, here we go. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. That's, I'm not even in aim mode. That's still me baby in this thing, man. And that brings me to my second topic, is the tech on these bikes. It's just awesome. Obviously, these bikes are geared for the track. So as far as like the traction controls, the power modes, all that stuff is just awesome. On this bike, there's 3 power modes: A mode, standard, and B mode. A mode is obviously all-out mode, that's what I like to call it. Just everything this bike's got, it's super twitchy. And also the traction control is really cool. It's definitely come in handy a few times. God, just being a hooligan on this thing is so much fun. Like, you can't do that on the Harley. Like, you can't just hoon around like that. Second thing is taking this thing into the twisties, man. This thing is so lightweight and flickable. Like, you would think from how large this bike is that it'd be a pain to flick around, but it's really not. It's such a great job making such a light or wide or large bike feel super light and manageable. When we went up to the mountains, this bike just felt amazing in those corners. Another thing that's awesome with sport bikes is the sound. But I do like the sound of Harleys as well, but you just can't beat the sound, especially of, well, that was an ugly gear change. Oh my God, listen to the pops. You just can't beat that. Oh my God, I love that so much. One more time. Popcorn time. Oh my God, she sounds so good. So good. Now with all that being said, I love my R1. I've mostly had sport bikes, but there are some things that do suck about sport bikes, and these reasons are why I do have the Harley as well. First reason is these bikes are not comfortable. They're not made to be comfortable. These bikes are made for the track. You're in an aggressive riding position. I would not want to be on this bike for a long trip. If I were to go on like a 3-4 hour trip, I'm taking the Harley. 2 hours, okay, I can kind of deal with it, but at a certain point my knees start bothering me and my back starts bothering me, because that's just not what this bike was made for. Second thing is the insurance. Insuring one of these bikes is absolutely ridiculous, especially a leader bike. And keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting a leader bike. The cost to insure this bike versus the Harley, I think the Harley is less than half of what I pay to insure this bike with the same exact coverage. There's one thing that's awesome about it, the brakes. I would have definitely kept rolling if I was on the Harley. But honestly, any bike is a cool bike. Pick what's best for you. I love sport bikes. I also love cruisers. I've owned more sport bikes than I've had cruisers. Each one has their purpose. I honestly find myself, if I'm doing trips around town, choosing to ride the sport bike a lot more. That cop did not look happy. But anyways, I'm going to make a part 2 of this video on the Harley as to why I enjoy riding the Harley more than I enjoy riding the sport bike. So stay tuned for that. I'll catch y'all in the next one. FastLaneD's out. Peace!